I don't need to call him right now. I don't need to call him right now. I don't need to text him right now. Nothing. That's extremely odd. It's an unusual name, but there's information on everyone on the internet, unless it was intentionally scrubbed. The figurine is an excellent find, Senor Barozzi. It's a 12th century Lewis Chessman piece. The British Museum and the Museum of Scotland each have part of the collection, so we might be able to get them to bid against each other. Marvelous. Can I assume our usual split?
Of course. Oh, that is good news. Should I have it sent to your store in Manhattan?
Please do. Oh, and insure the hell out of it.
Of course. Thank you. I'm not ashamed to say I will be glad for the money.
Buongiorno. This is Malachi Rector. I need to speak with you about the death of Bianca Cardano.
I was told to expect your call. Meet me at 425 alla Due Colonne. That's the site of the murder.
Thank you. I'll see you there. Barozzi is old school, like a lot of antique dealers. He still records his sales on paper. I'm not even interested in the sales records from my own shop. That's why I pay Gretchen. I don't have anything new to say to him. Are you Detective Brunetta?
That is correct, Mr. Rector.
Yes.
I've been told to answer any questions you have about the death of Bianca Cardolo. I can't say I understand why.
Well, I'm glad to know where you stand, Detective. Let's get started, if you don't mind. It's always good to know your source. You won't mind telling me something about yourself?
That depends on what you want to know.
This is a high-profile case, isn't it? You've been working on it around the clock.
That's right. Never lets you go, a case like this. And what is your stake in it, Rector?
I'm not trying to find her killer. I just need information.
And you're a luckier man than I. But if you mean you'll stay out of my way, then I'm glad for it.
You've been a detective for a long time. 20 years at least.
That's right. Someone told you about me?
Your experience is obvious.
I will take that as a compliment.
Do you know the Cardolo family personally?
I'm not a part of that high society, even if I have the time to have a social life, which I don't.
You said you were told to answer my questions. Can I ask by whom?
You don't know?
I'm not in the habit of asking questions I know the answer to.
I was told it came from a mayor's office. You were hired by Signore Cardolo, perhaps?
That's really none of your concern.
Very well, Mr. Rector, if that's how you want it.
Tell me about Bianca Cardolo.
She was a popular figure in Venice. Everyone knew her. She was even named the most beautiful woman in the city several years ago. The public wants her killer found, and so do I.
Tell me about Bianca Cardolo's murder.
We know she was followed while walking home from a concert. She ran. The killers caught up with her here where we're standing. They hanged her from this bridge.
Sounds familiar. In fact, I read that much in the papers.
I can't read your mind, Mr. Rector. If you have questions, ask them.
She was walking home from a concert alone?
Yes, her husband is a very busy man. As I understand, she often attended artistic events without him.
Was she robbed? Molested?
No, her purse fell into the canal. We retrieved it. Her money and credit cards were all there. Her jewelry was untouched. There were no signs of rape.
Were there any witnesses?
No one came forward, even after Signor Cardolo put out a personal request.
Do you have any leads on the killers?
No. If you want my opinion, such as it is, they were professionals. They left no physical evidence on the bridge or on the body. Even the rope was generic.
Tell me about the Cardolo family.
Dante Cardolo, her husband, is extremely wealthy and a very important man in local politics. Well-respected man, for good reason. Her father, Venetian royalty. It would be difficult to find a more distinguished bloodline anywhere in Italy. This crime has all of Venice in shock, and we have no leads. We haven't found anyone who would want to hurt her.
And yet, someone did.
Yes, If you want my opinion, her family had nothing to do with it. But that begs the question, eh? Who did?
Those are all the questions I have, Detective.
Maybe someday I'll know what this was all about, eh?
I doubt it. Even I don't know what it's all about. But I wish you luck in finding Bianca's killer.
I'll need more than wishes. Arrivederci, Mr. Rector.
Arrivederci. That house needs repair. A lot of these Venetian homes have been passed down through generations, and the current owners can't afford the upkeep. Pardon, Signora. May I have a word with you?
Yes? What can I do for you?
The old woman must own that rundown house. They're a matched set. The old woman must own that rundown.
Yes, signore. What can I do for you?
Is this your home, Signora? It's lovely.
Ah, grazie. It's been in my family for 4 generations.
I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Malachi Rector.
Buonasera, signore. I am Caterina Falone.
I noticed that you seem nervous, Signora.
You would be nervous too if unspeakable things happened just outside your front door. I do not wish to talk about it.
I would like to speak with you about the murder, Signora.
No, I'm sorry. I won't speak about that. I already said as much to the police.
But I am not the police. You can talk to me.
I don't know you, signore. And it is too terrible to talk about. No.
Thank you for speaking with me, Signora.
It was a pleasure to speak with such a fine gentleman. Arrivederci.
There's something on the bottom of the canal. Could it have fallen from Bianca's purse? That wouldn't do much good. There's something on the bottom. According to Brunetta, not a soul in those buildings saw the murder.